Hi, so I'm making a post after I have returned from Spring Mysteries and rested a bit. And I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about it, what it is, what it isn't, within the rules of what I can say. Because there is an oath taken and you cannot speak about things, certain things that you experience and the initiatory rituals that happen. So I was considered a Miss Di because it was my first year going in person, and I kind of knew what to expect because I had gone virtually. So I was excited to go, but I really wasn't prepared for what I kind of experienced. When I went there, I was told that, you will be given challenges because an initiatory ritual without challenges was meaningless. And let me tell you, that is what happened. So upon going to the airport and traveling to Seattle, I had fallen and I bruised up the bottom half of my left leg pretty bad. And so that was my burden to bear over the weekend. And also I wasn't prepared by being hit by the feels that I did, missing Sophie as much as I did. So that was really difficult. And I think those were the challenges that I was meant to go through for this weekend. And so we just bear them with grace and we go through it and we learn what we're supposed to learn. And I learned a lot. The classes took place mostly on Friday, and there were basically from morning to night, there were classes upon classes. And I went to those, and I really got some interesting takes on, like, Wicca, like, from an elder's perspective. There was knowingness, which was like a universal consciousness workshop, which was awesome. It was by Cheryl Costa. I don't know if any of you have heard of her or heard of them, but I had I think like a 2-hour conversation over, I think, brunch with them, and just astounding, like the ideas. And Tish reminded me to hit you up because there were some ideas that I had that they gave me that might be applicable to Spiral. So this is a reminder, hit Tish up and let her know about those ideas. Anyway, so moving on to the actual festival itself. So besides being an initiatory rite, which we're not kind of going into any details about that, they also have the shrines, which have the deities that come and are invoked by different people of the ATC. And you have about an hour and a half time to go through and visit the ones that you are called to. So on my experience this year, I got to visit a few. As you can see, they have this lovely badge here. This was a Miss Di. I was only in the lesser mysteries, was not in the greater mysteries. And these are the lists of blessings and messages that I've received from the different deities. These were the ones I went to see. Athena, obviously, which was a wonderful experience. Hecate, Demeter, and then Aphrodite, which was a surprise to me. As I was wandering through the shrines, you kind of let the energy pull you to where you need to go. And I found myself being drawn to Aphrodite's shrine. I made offerings, and I got a message from her about self-care, self-love, and I think it was really needed at the time, and that is something I will take with me. So definitely thankful for that. And it was very intense. It's very intense if you let it, because you have to be open. You do have to be open to the energy and let it guide you so that you can learn the lessons that you were supposed to learn. It was kind of crazy because Weaver had told me before I went on this trip, she's just like, yeah, you need to make a choice, and you need in your path, and you need to commit to it and do it before you get shoved by the gods. And let me tell you, that message was repeated for me like over and over on the weekend, and I'm like, okay, I get it. So yes, be prepared to get messages, be prepared to have that intense energy experience if you go, and just prepare to be challenged in your own way. It won't be the same as mine, but you will have your own challenges. When you do your workshops, when you go through the rituals, they gave this wonderful compendium here, so well designed, and it has a place for your name, so if you lose it, someone can give it back to you. And then on the inside, there's all sorts of like blank pages. There's kind of a guide to the rituals and what to bring, because as I said, you make offerings to the gods, and there are lots of blank pages for notes. This is why, one of the reasons I always tell you guys journaling is important. And see, it is. They actually made it a part of this festival. I can't tell you, how much time I just kind of sat and reflected on what I had experienced and kind of ran it through my mind and kind of jotted down what stood out to me and what those messages meant to me. And it was a wonderful tool to use. I will keep this so that I can go back and I can reference it. There are places for the classes where you can write down notes, where you ask questions or you got the information from the classes. There are spaces for each of the rituals where you can write down stuff. It's amazing. It really is. So I highly recommend it. I will probably be going next year if any of you want to come with. And that is my spiel. If you do have questions, I will do my best to answer them. You can ask them in the comments. And whatever I can answer, I will answer. Kudos goes out to the ATC, because you can tell that they definitely put hard work in. So I hope all of you have a lovely rest of the weekend. That's my spiel about ATC. I'm going to be doing another short video about something that I took away from this weekend, okay? And so they'll be back-to-back videos. I just didn't want them to be too long. Anyway, have a good weekend, and I will see you at the end of this month. Bye!